Hello again. I have very kindly been sent this package by one of my viewers called Lee. And you might know Lee because he sent some items to Vince in the past, including a Game Boy Pocket, the Fluke Multimeter 3D pen, amongst other things. And he very kindly reached out to me and said he had some other stuff and he wanted to send it to me because he liked my videos, which is great. So thanks very much, Lee. I think what's in here is a couple of DAB radios and a Blu-Ray player, I think he said. So I'm going to crack it open and then I'll start on whichever one is the title of this video, I imagine. Okay, so on the top it looks like we have the Blu-ray player. And it's a Philips Blu-ray. Nice little unit. Now, I can't remember. I think he said he got these off car boot sale, and none of them work. So this one, he said displays for 10 seconds, and then the display cuts off. So that's interesting. And the DAB radios, none of them have got any power. Ah, looks like there's 3 DAB radios. Excellent. So I did have a bit of success with a DAB radio. I did the ViewQuest one. So I'm quite looking forward to doing those. They're Pure Evoke. Yeah, they're nice. Well, what I think I'm going to do is, because they're nicely wrapped in bubble wrap and this isn't, I'm going to start with the Blu-ray player in this one. So let's make those DAB radios magically disappear, shall we? Shazam! Oh, such an idiot. Well, it worked. Right, so I need to hook this up, don't I, to something. Right, okay, the Blu-ray player is plugged in. I've got it connected up to my little monitor here. So let's press the power button. Ah. Okay. So it is displaying. Right, it looks like it takes USBs, so I'm going to stick this USB stick in. Stick the stick in. I've obviously got no remote for this, which is possibly a problem. It's definitely a problem because there's no way of actually doing anything. I'm going to see if I can add it to my Logitech Universal Remote Control and see if I can do it that way. Philips BDP 2900. Okay. It works. That's incredible. Browse USB. Okay. This will be upside down, but I might flip it around. Not quite sure why it's 4x3. There's probably a setting somewhere. Right, well, it's just played that, and it's been on for now about half an hour, so I'm going to try a disc and see if it's the disc maybe that isn't working. Okay, let's start playing it straight away. We'll just leave that running, I think, and see how we get on with the disc. Right, well, it's been on for over an hour and it's played through that entire 23-minute video with no problems. So I don't think there's anything actually wrong with this. And it started again. I mean, I'll double check it. I'll play it for a good couple of hours, like you would do if you were watching a film. But I don't think there's anything wrong with it. So I guess I should probably move on and take a look at the DAB radios. I've opened one of them up. This is the first one that I came to. This is an Evoke Flow. I purchased a aftermarket adapter off of eBay. 6 volts, I believe this takes, but there was no adapters with it. On the back, we have got what appears to be a battery compartment, but it's a pure charge pack, so I'm guessing they're sold separately. So I can't test it with batteries. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug in this adapter and see what we get on the screen, if anything. Okay, so we've plugged in and the power button appears to be there. So the power button appears to be one of those touch buttons. It's not a physical button. But it doesn't appear to be doing anything. I suppose just to be on the safe side, I should just double check that this is outputting 6 volts, because we all know what purchasing off eBay is like. Yep, 6.2 volts. Okay, well I'm going to open up the other two and I'm going to test those and see if they've got, the same problem. So this one is the Evoke 1S. Oh. Right, well that one does appear to come on, but we've got... Shut up. Yeah, that one does appear to come on, but we've got no display. Oh, there we go. Right, well that does appear to be functional. We'll just need to worry about that display, whether it's repairable or not, I don't know. Let's try the third one. That one does appear to have the same problem as the first one. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the first one and I'm going to open it up, which is this one. Number 1. And to open it up, it looks like we've got 4, 5 screws, 6 screws, maybe 7. So let's start undoing those. Just while I'm taking this apart, I do need to say a massive, massive thank you to Tidder for supporting me at the highest level on Patreon. It is really very appreciated, Tidder. Thank you so, so much. And all the other Patreon supporters, thank you. There we go. Alright, we're in, and I've lost a screw. Found it. Oh, good. Right, okay, let's see what we've got going on here. So, got a wire going up to the handle there for some reason. Oh, it says snooze handle. I'm guessing then it's, yeah, you just touch that handle and it snoozes the alarm. I've been waiting a long time for an opportunity to use this wibbly wobbly screwdriver attachment, and this is my chance. It's rusted, that. Nice. Yeah, I don't know whether this has had some kind of water damage. There is quite a lot of rust inside. You can see we've got rust on the speaker screws. There's one. This screw here is rusty. Yeah. I mean, it's not bad, but it's just worrying to see rust inside, isn't it? It's possibly been stored in a shed or a garage or something. Right, let's try and strip this down a bit more. Okay, so let's plug the power jack in. And let's just double check we're getting 6 volts here. Which we are. It travels to there, and that's also 6.2 volts. Then it looks like it goes through this cable and into this board here. There we go, 6.2 volts. Then it goes into this little capacitor, 6.2 volts. And then I presume it goes under this shielding, which looks nicely soldered on. So it is getting the 6.2 volts. I'm wondering whether it is a problem with the on-off switch, because it is. It's one of those. It's a touch-sensitive one there, isn't it? And if that isn't working because it is rusted inside, the problem is I don't know how to really test that. It's pure and simple. I'll be there for you. Pure and simple, gonna be there. Right, still don't know how it works. Right, so this is the connector for the screen, which is under here. Now I'm going to assume that that's okay. This ribbon connector goes to this little board here, which is behind this plastic, and I'm assuming that's where the on-off switch is, but I can't see how to get to it. This is all sort of moulded together. These screws are just going to let me access the back of the screen, and that's just for the speaker. This is all just one piece. How do you get to that board under there? It looks like it's glued. It's glued down. There must be a way of testing that without taking the whole thing apart. I'm not really sure how to test the touch sensitive button, but I figure when you put the 6 volts into it, surely something would happen on the screen. But there was nothing coming up on the screen, was there? So I don't think it's that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna see if I can follow the voltage any further into this. Yeah, it must come back out because the 6 volts was coming in through here, and then it only goes to that connector there, which then goes to this board. So how's the rest of this board powered? It must come back in somehow, because we've got some kind of chip, TDA 7266. Right, well that would appear to be a 7 watt dual bridge amplifier, this little chip here. So that is obviously what drives the sound, but it does say on here that it's got standby and mute functions. So I'm wondering whether it also is responsible for switching this thing on. Well, let's see. I'll have a look at the pinouts and let's just see if there's any voltage going into that. Right, so looking at the pinouts on this, we've got VCC, which is the 3rd pin from the left, and VCC, which is the 3rd pin from the right. So that's the 3rd pin, and that's 4.2 volts. And the 3rd pin from the right is also 4.2 volts. Alright, I can't find any voltage down here at all. I mean, that might be normal because it isn't switched on, but there's got to be some kind of voltage around here, otherwise how do you switch it on? Okay, right, so we do. We have 3 volts here, which I presume is for the standby. Right, okay, I'm getting nowhere fast with this. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and remove this shield in here. It's soldered in numerous places. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get it off, but I'm going to try. Maybe I can wick it away. But other than that, I can't. I mean, I'm kind of struggling because I can't see anything obvious. I mean, there probably is something obvious, but I want to see what's under here anyway. I'm guessing this is unleaded solder as well, so I try and add some leaded and mix it in and try and get it off. I'll probably come back to this in several hours. Oh wow. That was quite possibly one of the most tedious things I've ever done in my entire life. And what has that achieved? Not a lot. I'm just going around a few of these capacitors here, and a few of them are shorting to ground on both sides. That one is there. That one also is, but it doesn't do it straight away, which to me means it's possibly okay, and it's supposed to do that. Let's try it on ohms reading. So on that side, yeah, we've got dead short 0.3, and on that side, yeah, it's 4.3 ohms. So it's not direct, is it? I'm guessing they're supposed to do that. There must be a chip on this side of it. I think I've taken, well, I didn't know what to take off, but there's obviously another shield on this side. And given that it took me a good half an hour to get that one off, I'm kind of reluctant to take that off, but I figure I'm going to have to. Wow. I hope I never have to do that again in my entire life. Anyway, right, this looks like the main bit. We've got, looks like a BGA chip here. We've got a Samsung chip here. Frontier Silicon Chorus 2 FS102OGF. Not sure what that is. We've also got a little BGA chip here, which is AS3654B. Okay, so the AS3654 is Austria Microsystems. That's the AS, presumably, and it is a integrated solution for power supply generation and monitoring, battery management including charging. It's controlled via a serial control interface and integrates all necessary system-specific functions such as clock, reset, interrupt generation, voltage and temperature monitoring. That sounds important. Right, I can see, I'm going to get this under the microscope and just see if I can see anything. Looks like there's some discoloration here, but it could just be, I don't know, could just be flux or something. Let's get it under the microscope. Okay, so there's the AS3654B. The discoloration that I noticed is just here, but I don't think it's anything. Yeah, it's just surface. I'm just going to have a good look around here and see if I can spot anything. If I do, I shall obviously let you know. Right, okay, so we've got some capacitors around this chip here, this Frontier chip. This one here is shorting on both sides. And these two up here. Just check that on ohms reading. That's 4.4, so that's very similar to the last time, the 0.3 on that side. It's 4, 4.8. It was this one, wasn't it? 0.2 on that side. And 4.3, so that is very possibly normal. Right, I'm getting nowhere fast here, so I am going to put all this jigsaw to one side and I'm going to try and open up the second one, the wooden one, and see if the board is the same. No, it's different. Right, I've put it back together. Well, obviously not fully, but everything's connected up, all the ribbon cables connected. This is where the charge pack goes in. And I've just been looking at them online at 3.7 volts. So what I thought I'd try and do is get my bench power supply and put 3.7 volts into this and see whether it would power on via the charge pack rather than being plugged into the main. Negative, positive. Let's put 3.7 volts in. It's not drawing any amps. Right, because I'm not getting anywhere, I think I will open up the other black one and just see if it's exactly the same. There might be something really obvious on that one, in which case that might help me with this, because I'm kind of getting stuck already. I say already, I've been working on it for about 3 hours. Can't remember whether this was number 2 or number 3, but it's now number 3. Right, there's no rust inside this one. It's different. How can it be different? It looks exactly the same. It's definitely different. This power board is different. I think this main board might be the same. Right, that's that hooked up. Let's see. Oh, that is drawing some amps. That's drawing 0.49, but it still isn't turning on. So that is behaving differently. Well, do you know what? The first thing I'm going to try is I am going to, so that's the faceplate from number 1. I'm going to connect all the internals of number 1 to the faceplate of number 3. Nope, still nothing. Right, power board number 1 with main board number 3. Oh, that hasn't helped me at all. I still don't know if it's the power board or the main board that's got the fault. Oh, it's making noises. Can you hear that? Where are those noises coming from? And it's getting louder, like it's going to explode. Why is it getting hot there? Right, so I think the noise was coming from under here. And just looking at this board, I think it's where this chip is, this power IC. So I'm going to go through the tedious task of trying to remove this shielding off this one and see if I can see anything maybe around that chip. And I suppose if it is that chip, which I'm not saying it is at this point, but it's definitely getting hot, I could maybe try swapping it over, but it's a BGA and I don't think I'm going to have any joy. Let's try and get the shielding off. Wish me luck. Oh, wow, that one was a lot more difficult to get off, and I've still not actually got it off fully, but at least I can get in now. Oh, I might have done that. No, I don't think I did. That coil looks damaged. Now, I did not do that, but is that just the... I mean, I can't see any bits floating around in here. But is that broken, or is it just the top of it, and does that not matter? It's very possible I did do that while I was taking it off. Well, it's shot to ground. I mean, again, that might be normal, but I wouldn't have thought so. Okay, so this capacitor... Yeah, most of those are shorting to ground, but are they direct shorts? So that is 0.8 and 0.3. It's not direct to ground, but I'm pretty sure it's not correct. And that's not what the other one was reading, was it? Let's just double check that. So this capacitor here, C173. On one side, on the right hand side, we've got 0.2, and on the left hand side, we've got 0.8. So let's get the other board, and let's just do the same capacitor, which is, where are you? That one, C173. So on the right hand side, we get 0.3, and on the left we get 3 point something kiloohms. So these two boards do have different faults. I suspect on board number 3, the one with the cracked coil there, that it is in fact this chip here, because that C173 goes straight into it. And is it the same chip on this one? Yeah, it's exactly the same chip, isn't it? What do I do? Because if I take this chip off, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. It's BGA, and God knows how many balls are going to be under there. But I'm pretty sure that's the fault with this one. Oh, what do I do? I mean, it's possible that it's one of the capacitors that's putting a short on it, but I don't think so. No, it can't be. There's capacitors all around it, and they're all on different traces. I wonder if you can buy these chips. You know, I wonder if you can buy them pre-balled. Right, I've gone back to this first board. This is going to be very hard to keep track of this. It's difficult for me, but you remember some of these were shorting. I think it was this one. C311. And it's like a 5 ohm short, so it's not a direct short. But on this board, board number 3, that same capacitor is shorting on that side, but not on that side. So yeah, this C311 on this one is not shorting. So I think I don't know. I'm guessing on this board it's this chip, and on the original board, given where that short is, if we flip it over, it's maybe this chip here, which looks a bit worse for wear, or possibly one of these two. Now, if there's a possibility that it's one that isn't a BGA chip, then I'd rather try swapping those over. See that short in there? C192. And that is right into this Samsung chip, isn't it? Or is it? There's a wire there. I don't know. Yeah, so this C293, is it? This one here goes directly into this Samsung chip. And that is shorting. So let's try that one on board number 3. That is here. No, it's not. Ah, that's not Samsung either. So I'm wondering whether it's not this one. This is so confusing. I'm wondering whether on this board number 1 that it is this Samsung. I mean, what is this? Let's find out what it is. Right, so it looks like it's 256 megabits of RAM. So if the RAM is bad, do you know what? It's getting to the point now where I am losing track. But before I go messing about with the BGA chip and trying to swap that over, which I don't think will be successful, I think I've probably got a chance of taking this one off and swapping it over with the one from the other board. So I think first and foremost I'm going to take it off, and I'm going to see if the shorts disappear on these capacitors above it. Unfortunately, it's right next to this plastic connector and that plastic connector, so I'm going to cover those in tape and hopefully they'll be okay. Right, well, they're covered in tape, so let's try it. At this point I feel like I've got nothing to lose because I don't really know what else to do. Smoking. Right, see if those shorts have gone. I think I'm gonna cry. Right. Okay, so the shorts are still there. I wonder if it's this Frontier chip. I was hoping it wouldn't be, because it's obviously a BGA chip. Right, I can't see what this chip actually is. It seems to be obsolete, and all the data sheets don't really contain any information. They just seem to be fake data sheets. So yeah, I don't know. All it says on this one is that it's a specialised IC. Thanks. So yeah, I don't know. I'm beginning to think that neither of these are going to be fixable, because I suspect it's this BGA chip on this one, and it's this BGA chip on this one. And given that this one's smaller, I might try and take this off here. The chances of me being able to swap it over for this one on this other board is slim, but I've probably got more chance of doing it than I have with the bigger one. I mean, I could be barking up the wrong tree completely, but that's where the heat spots were on both of these boards. So I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to see if the shorts around here disappear. Right, I'm doing it. This is where everyone's screaming, "No! Don't do it, you fool!" Nice. What are the chances of me getting 81 pads to connect? Probably very slim. That's 100 there, isn't there? 10 by 10. So there's 100 balls under that chip. Awesome. Right, please tell me those shorts have gone. Yes, they have. So that does make me feel a little bit better. And I mean, what size are these balls? I did buy some solder balls, but I just don't think I've got a cat in hell's chance of being able to reball a chip this small. Do you know what? I'm gonna give it a go, I think. Oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. Let's take this one off the for lost track, board number 1, and try and put it on board number 3. Right, so there should be no shorts around this one. So, no. No, okay. Oh. See, the way I see it, this is all learning for me. Oh. Am I missing 2 pads there? They look like no connects though, don't they? Because they don't appear to go anywhere. Yeah, I'm lifting these pads apart now, but they all, I don't know, they seem to be the ones that don't go anywhere. I'm going to stop now. I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, but they just don't look like they go anywhere. There's no via or anything. And there's no trace, so surely that is okay. No, I'm a bit worried now. Well, what the hell, let's carry on. Right, let's see if I can find some balls. New balls, please. Right, so we've got these templates. The universal template, that's too big, aren't we? Ooh. Well, that looks about right, doesn't it? What size are they? 0.35mm. Wow. Right, now what do I do? I'm going to put a tiny bit of flux on. There we go. A smattering. That's the wrong one. Right, there we go. Now, do I just... Oh, see, I've never done this before, in case you're wondering. Right, 0.35mm. Ooh. I don't know. Oh, this is so difficult. Some of these have got 2 in, haven't they? Yeah. I'm actually wondering whether this would be easier without the template. Right, this is where I think when I lift this up, I'm going to lose all these. Oh, great. Right. Well, that didn't work. I'm gonna have to do the. I'm gonna have to do it all manually. Right, I could be wrong, but I think I've got one on every single pad there. Right, well, I'm going to put my hot air on and airflow very, very low. Start with airflow at 10%, because I really don't want these to blow all over the place, do I? Starting to move. Turn my airflow up a little bit. Turn up to 20. I'm going to increase it again to 30. Oh, check it out. Oh my goodness. That is a thing of beauty. Keep going. Oh, wow. That is so satisfying. Wow. Do you know what? Even if this thing doesn't work, I am really, really happy that I've been able to put 100 solder balls on this PGA chip, and they look pretty good to me. I'm really, really happy with that. I don't think that could have gone any better. Look at that, it looks awesome. I'm sure everyone that's watching that does this day in, day out will be like, yeah, well, don't look that great. But for me, it's the first time I've ever done it. And I don't think I could have done that any better. Look at that. Beautiful. Right, let's try and get this chip back on now. I'm not sure about that. No, it does look like it's perfectly within the white square, isn't it? So, well, hopefully that is in place. So I'll just let that cool. I'll clean it up and then we'll give it another test. Let's plug it in. No. 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 I got my hopes up there. I really shouldn't have done. Okay, let's just double check with the other power board. No. Right, okay. I'm not sure how much longer I can spend on this. I've been doing this now. This is my second day on this. I'm not going to have any videos to release. I'm not going to give up just yet. I'm going to go back to this and just have another look round. But it's really... I mean, I'll double check, make sure those shorts are not there around that chip. But obviously, there's something else wrong. Or I just haven't put that chip on properly. Which is very, very possible. But I was happy with the Reball. Like I say, if nothing else, you know, that for me is a big achievement. So I'm really happy with that. I'm just going to go around the board. I'm just going to check, see if there's any shorts appeared on any of the caps. See, maybe I knocked something off. I don't know. I'll just double check everything and then I'll come back to this. There's no shorts around that BGA chip that I reballed. I can't find any other shorts around the other chips, but it's still not powering on, and I don't really know what else to do. I feel like I've been staring at this for 10 hours now, and I'm getting nowhere. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the second one, which was the wooden one, which did actually work. It just didn't have a display, and I'm going to see if I can at least get one working out of these three, because I feel bad. I mean, it's above my skill level, obviously, quite clearly it's above my skill level, but I am going to keep hold of this because I would like to revisit it at some point. Oh, I did also change out the coil that had the crack in it. I swapped that for the one on the other board, so, you know, that's been replaced as well, and it's still not doing anything, so, yeah, I don't know what to do. So like I say, I'm going to go back to the wooden one, see if I can get that one working, and yeah, we'll come back to these at another point, hopefully. Okay, so it is still working, but there is no display. So let's crack this open and let's have a look. No, messing around with it doesn't seem to make any difference. I'm just going to have a look on Google and see if you can purchase these screens. I found one on Alibaba for $7, I think it is, £5 plus shipping. But I think I might order one. It's probably going to take a month to get here, but I would like to see this working. By all accounts, it is a very common problem, but these are, you know, decent radios if they are working. Okay, I've ordered one up, so when it arrives, I will put it in, and hopefully we'll have one working 1 out of 3. I feel really badly. I'm sorry. I did try my hardest with these. There's nothing I can do with this one. It just needs a new screen. You know, I can't fix the screen. The other two, I tried my best. I really did. And the Blu-ray player is still working. You know, I've used it I've used it several times and it's working fine. Bit of a mixed bag, this one for me. I did really enjoy doing the reballing. That was definitely the highlight. I'm really, really impressed with myself. But just disappointed. Couldn't really get any of these radios working at the end. God, I'm doing rubbish at the minute, aren't I? I hope the next one's easy.